Fisher, who has not shot well recently, gets it back out. Here's Bryant backing his way on Brewer. Nice pass, Bynum inside.
Why is Boozer coming over to help on Ronnie Brewer when Kobe Bryant is 15 feet away with his back to the basket? That just leaves an avenue from Bynum to race in there for the easy finish.
This is a Utah team that is just 15 and 26 on the road during the regular season, and finished by losing 7 of its last 9 games and make it 8 out of 10, including the opening game loss. And Ronnie Brewer, who was not able to find the range the other day, knocks down his first attempt.
Kobe Bryant was 5 feet off of him and almost dared him to take that 17-footer.
And that was his philosophy in game 1. Ariza is rejected by Korver. Aaron Williams protecting the dribble against Bryant. And Brewer was on the baseline. Out of bounds. We welcome you to the Staples Center in Los Angeles. It's game 2 of this best of 7 Western Conference opening round playoff series between the Jazz and the Lakers. And the Lakers have just taken a 4-2 lead. A minute and a half gone by in this opening quarter. Marv Albert, Reggie Miller, and Craig Sager. As the foul is called on Bryant, a look at the McDonald's starting lineups. The Jazz with the same group that started game 1 with Mehmet Okur still out with the hamstring injury. So Kyle Korver and Jaren Collins are in the starting lineup. And the Lakers going with Derek Fisher, Kobe Bryant, and Pau Gasol adds to that Laker lead. Gasol up front with Andrew Bynum and Trevor Ariza. Ariza coming off that playoff career-high 21 points in the series opener. Here's Darren Williams. That's a three-pointer. Darren Williams, 17 assists the other day, although did not hit his shot. Just 4 of 14 from the field.
Well, he was 0 of 4 from long distance. It's nice to see him dialing in from long distance on his first attempt.
Derek Fisher has struggled with his shot in the latter stage of the regular season. Williams trying to put some moves on Fisher. And here's Korver. A rare 2-point attempt by Kyle Korver, a 3-point specialist.
Well, another player that struggled in game 1, only 2 of 6. Jerry Sloan has him in there, see if he can stretch the floor and allow Darren Williams to get into the lane.
Bynum gets position. Andrew Bynum, who got in foul trouble on Sunday in game 1, looked a little bit rusty. Picked up 5 fouls in his 20 minutes on the floor.
You can understand with Noah Kerr, a lot of minutes are going to go to Jaren Collins. He's going to have to find a way to stay on the floor so he can guard Bynum.
Shot clock to 5. Brewer hits his second in a row, and once again Kobe Bryant stepping back. That was his philosophy the other day, not respecting that perimeter shot by Brewer. Ariza left open for 3.
One aspect of Ariza's game that really has improved, especially since being inserted into the starting lineup, being able to stretch the floor and knock down the long distance 3.
And as Brewer made his move, he's hit from behind. Monty McCutcheon with the call is on Ariza, his first.
And Marv, this is a philosophy that Kobe has taken in playing the Utah Jazz. Look at the space between Kobe and Brewer. Phil Jackson said, Kobe understands that any person that's in the NBA is able to knock down a wide open 15-footer, but he understands that Brewer allows him a chance to roam and help down low against Boozer.
Here's Korver open for 3. Ariza met by Brewer. Fisher guarded by Williams. Here's Gasol. Beautiful spin around Boozer. He was feeling for Boozer, and then was able to make the turn. The Lakers lead at 13-7.
That's just a beautiful move by Pau Gasol. Filling, making sure Boozer, he has him on his backside. Quick curl the baseline for the finish.
That's a 3-second violation. Carlos Boozer in the lane.
If I'm Carlos Boozer right here, as soon as the ball goes in and you feel this pressure from Pau, you've got to move the chair right there. That would have been an easily traveling call right there, but he elects not to do that. Pau does a good job of spinning baseline for the finish.
Carlos Boozer coming off a very strong game. His best performance is back in January. He's made it back from that arthroscopic knee surgery. Here's Bynum pulling away and scores. So the Lakers off to the 15-7 lead. How about points in the paint? LA with 12, Utah nothing. It's a Utah team that for the second straight season has had major problems on the road as Williams got the pick. Shot clock to 5. Brewer again. So Brewer off to the good start, has that unusual looking shot, unorthodox, but he's hit his first 3. Gasol pops it back outside. Fisher from downtown. The Lakers are on fire here at the start. They've hit 8 of their first 10.
Bynum getting it going down low, and Pau Gasol. Now the guards are going to double down on the bigs. That allows wide open looks for Derek Fisher on the outside.
Here's Williams. Rejected by Bynum. What timing by Andrew Bynum.
Andrew Bynum and the Lakers coming off 9 block shots in game 1. Just does a good job of making sure his timing is right. That was the one thing, especially coming back from that knee injury. How is his timing going to be? Looks like pretty good on that play right there, Marv.
And as Williams backed up, he stepped out. I started to talk about the road problems of Utah. Reggie, they went 26 on the road this season for a quality team. The road record bizarre. Plus, they were 2-19 against teams that made the playoffs. Yet they went 48-34 in the regular season. Bynum, once again, it's too easy to this point for Andrew Bynum.
And if they're going to double team the Utah Jazz, they're going to have to come quicker and get the ball out of Pau Gasol and Andrew Bynum's hand. They're allowing them to get too deep.
Korver. Tough angle shot by Kyle Korver in the starting lineup once again. Made only 2 starts in the regular season, just 3 over the past 3 years. Here's the double on Gasol. Picked off by Williams. Aaron Williams, one of the great point guards in the NBA, hits from downtown. So the Laker lead is 6. Williams did not shoot well, as we mentioned earlier, in game 1, but did have a career playoff high, 17 assists. And Phil Jackson telling us earlier, his major concern about the Jazz is their ability to penetrate. Ariza with a nice catch. That pass slightly off, but Ariza able to handle it and then hit on that driving one-hander.
Lakers just doing an excellent job of attacking the basket, points in the paint. Dominant for the Lakers.
Lakers 10 of their first 12 from the field. Boozer thought he was fouled. Here's Bryant finding Ariza, going at Williams, gets it to Bynum. You know, you look at what has taken place here at the start of the first quarter. Very few stops by the Jazz. Standing ovation here at Staples. Lakers have come out and hit 11 of 13 from the field.
Oh, you get the ball down low to the bigs. You do a nice job of getting the ball to Ariza. And what does Ariza do? Return the favor. Big man running the lane with a nice finish. Instead of 24. And I like how they pounded the boards in game 1. 20 offensive rebounds, which led to 14 second chance point advantage, and make Kobe a scorer. He can't be a scorer and a facilitator. Already 2 of the 4 assists tonight for the Lakers, and brews it up. Jerry Sloan says he wants his team to play more nasty, which is code word for we got to be more physical.
In effect, code word for let's smack some people around.
If that gets the job done, correct.
Jerry Sloan very upset about his team's play in game one. He said we looked like deer in the headlights in that first half. They did come back in the second half. Jerry said we're not a nasty team and need that quality certainly in the playoffs. And that is an offensive foul on Fisher. And you can see Darren Williams shake it up. There's that quote from Jerry Sloan. He says we're just learning how to get after it with younger guys. Says most of the teams he has had in Utah have had that nasty streak. And he also said it's his fault. He hasn't been nasty enough with the team.
Well, it's kind of nice in years past looking at Utah because you had guys like obviously Karl Malone and John Stockton who weren't afraid to mix it up. And that's what he's looking at out of these young Utah Jazz.
Williams going up and we just checked in. Here's Korver. Once again, misfires from downtown.
And that's two wide open three looks that Korver had that he hasn't been able to knock down.
Kobe putting between the legs. Fisher open for three.
But even though Kobe Bryant will not get the assist on that, it's because everyone is coming to help Kobe, and he makes the pass that led to the pass for the wide open three for Derek Fisher.
Lakers have hit on their first three from beyond that three-point line. Here's Paul Millsap, who just came on. Brewer gets it back out. Williams pulls it up for three. Yes, that's his second from downtown.
Well, that's one bright spot in this early part of this game for the Utah Jazz is to try to get Darren Williams going early. Struggled in game one, 4 of 14 from the field.
Bryant for three. Well, both clubs hitting from long range. 30-17 Lakers. Nice pass. Millsap from Williams.
And what did Phil Jackson say? The one thing that he's worried about is dribble penetration by Darren Williams. And right there, gets into the teeth of the defense. Millsap with a nice finish.
Gasol wide open. Lakers have connected on 14 of 16 from the field. Boozer. Carlos Boozer coming off the big game the other night. 11 of 16, 27 points, hitting that mid-range jumper. Timeout is taken by the Lakers. Kobe Bryant backs it up, and he has the space to hit the three. Here it is. Question. Thank you, Ernie. Portland trying to get back into the series after they were blown out in game one. How about San Antonio evening up things with Dallas last night led by Tony Parker. Denver with the 1-0 lead on New Orleans with Chauncey Billups having an extraordinary night in game one on Sunday. Shannon Brown has come on for the Lakers. Here's Odom getting position. The Lakers have hit their last 12 shots, and they're 15 for 17. Extraordinary shooting first quarter.
And I think 10 of those 12 shots have all been in the paint. I think the only 2 threes was one by Derek Fisher and the other by Kobe Bryant.
Brown is guarding Williams. Here is Boozer, and he got the hop. Follows with his second field goal.
Both teams, the lights out. The Lakers 88%. The Utah Jazz are shooting 59% themselves.
At high assist totals, Lakers with 12 assists on their 15 field goals. And the Jazz with 8 assists on 10 field goals. 5 already for Darren Williams. Minute and a half left in this opening quarter. Bryant, a A rare miss for the Lakers. Andre Kirilenko just came on, was able to rebound. Here's Williams putting moves on Brown. Millsap played by Odom. And Boozer shoots over Gasol. It's rebounded by Bryant. He thought he was fouled. He's staring at the official, Connie McCutcheon, and Kobe doesn't have a point. Bryant around Millsap. Nice pass for Odom.
You got to take one or the other away. Either you're going to let Kobe go for 35-40, but he can't get 10 of 12 assists. And tonight he's on his way as Brewer with a nice finish.
Beautiful setup from Williams. And Brewer will go to the line. The foul on Odom.
In years past, Kobe probably would have tried to force this shot, but understanding he has other players around him who can finish. And look at the nice finish here by Brewer, who closest shot he's gotten tonight, though. One of the tougher ones with a nice finish over Odom.
Ronnie Brewer, first-round draft pick 3 years ago out of Arkansas, the son of former NBA player Ron Brewer, who teamed with Sidney Moncrief and Marvin Delph, the famed triplets leading Arkansas to the 1978 Final Four. Three-point play for Brewer, off to the fast start. He's hit 4 of 5. He has 9 points, 10-point Laker lead, final minute, first quarter.
I want to know where all this nastiness that Jerry Sloan was talking about already. The Lakers have 36 first quarter points. Make it 38 with Pau Gasol getting ready to go to the line and make it 39. They gave up 30 points in game 1 in the first quarter. And already the Lakers looking at a 40-point first quarter against the Utah Jazz.
And it's hard to be nasty if you're not committing fouls. That was the first foul for the Jazz in this first quarter.
And this is almost becoming like a layup drill for the Lakers.
Now Sasha Vujacic checks in for Kobe Bryant. Kobe sits down, 1 of 2 from the field. 4 assists. 3-point play for Gasol, and the Lakers with a 39-26 lead. And that slide by the Jazz toward the end of the season as Utah goes 2 for 1 and not able to cash in. Here comes Vujacic. Bad pass, Kirilenko able to pick it off. And Williams is hit by Vujacic. It puts the Lakers over the foul limit. But the Jazz had all kinds of problems defensively at the end of the season. They lost 4 of the last 5, 7 of their last 9, losing at Dallas and San Antonio, at the Lakers, plus a home loss to Golden State. As a result, they dropped to that 8th and final seed. So they drew the Lakers in this first round. Let's check out the upcoming national TV schedule. Wednesday on NBA TV, it's Philadelphia at Orlando in Game 2. The ESPN games, Cleveland at Detroit, Orlando at Philadelphia, Portland and Houston. Those are Game 3s. And then Sunday on ABC, it'll be the Celtics and the Bulls from Chicago. Game 4 followed by Cleveland at Detroit in game number 4. Down to 21 seconds left in this first quarter. Marv Albert, Reggie Miller, Craig Sager were at Staples in Los Angeles. And the Lakers with a 39-27 lead. At one stretch, they hit 11 straight shots. Well, behind the back handoff to Ariza, how to save it. Taking from Ariza. Final seconds of the quarter. Williams. Kirilenko, yes, at the buzzer. They'll review it. It appeared that he did get it off on time, but the big number that does not please Jerry Sloan. The Lakers put up 41 points in the first. They shoot 18 for 21. Jazz also shot well, but they are down 41 to 29. Back in L.A., a shot from above Staples Center. I don't know if you can see, it's kind of backwards, but that's Staples.
I would think so, yeah.
Our aerial coverage for tonight's game being provided by Goodyear. Get there on the cushion of Goodyear Comfort Tread technology. During the first quarter break, Craig Sager talked with Jazz head coach Jerry Sloan.
Well, Coach, you've been talking about your team's lack of toughness, not nasty enough. Does that correlate to giving up 41 points here?
It was one of those things. I thought our guys were playing hard and trying hard. They just overpowered us a couple times inside and got the basketball inside where we'd like to try to keep it out.
Well, you guys also shooting well, put up 29 points. You think you're still in this thing?
Well, I think we're still in the ball game, but we're going to have to do a better job trying to get them slowed down. Our offense is one pass and we're out of it. We go one-on-one and not getting much out of that at all.
All right, thanks a lot. Back to you, Mark.
All right, Craig, Paul Millsap able to hit. So the Jazz now 13 of 22 from the field, but they're down by 10. Jordan Farmar has come on, as has Luke Walton. Here is Odom. That will count on the foul. Hit by Matt Harpring, who had just checked in. That was a fling by Odom. He could feel the contact and was able to hit.
You know, when it rains, it pours, and you see the foul there and the contact by Harpring, and Odom just does a good job of getting the ball on the rim, and it goes.
Matt Harpring, a question mark for tonight because of stomach problems. Giving it a shot. He is one guy who can bring a physical presence. We have not seen that at all to this point on the part of Utah.
Well, I know another guy who can bring that physical presence. If I see Jerry Sloan go into the locker room and come out in his old Chicago Bulls uniform to play some defense out here.
I don't think we're going to see that, though, Rich. As Harpring goes long, here comes Farmar.
May take that, Harvard. May take that.
Pick and roll attempted. Farmar able to retrieve on the deflection. Still 10 on the shot clock. And apparently Farmar stepped out right in front of the Utah bench. Brevin Knight is now in at the point, providing a rest for Darren Williams. C.J. Miles has checked in. He's back from a dislocated finger. This is an injury hit Utah team. And the major losses that occur. Kirilenko 1 and 2 by Walton. Could not put the brakes on. And that'll put Kirilenko at the line. What a first quarter. What a start for the Lakers. They go 18 of 21 from the field, and at one stretch, they hit 11 straight shots.
Well, offensively, I really believe the Jazz can hang with the Lakers, but defensively, there's too much size. Odom comes in off the bench. Bynum is playing fantastic down low. Pau Gasol has gotten off to a good start, 4 of 4, 9 points. 19 points between Gasol and Bynum. And at some point in time, it almost looks like the Jazz are almost happy to be here. And this is a team that's been to a conference finals with Darren Williams and Andre Kirilenko. And right now, they're almost going through the motions against the #1 seed. And that's just not a Jerry Sloan type coach team.
Wasn't it Paul Millsap who said he felt that we had opening game jitters the other day? As Millsap is able to knock it down. And that Laker lead is down to 9, despite the extraordinary shooting start. Bynum played by Millsap, slapping it away. Miles reaching in, called for the foul, trying to strip Bynum.
Well, that was good hands initially by Paul Millsap. C.J. Miles just got over there just a second too late as Bynum was making his move and got the hand-reaching foul.
C.J. Miles in his 4th season, drafted out of high school in Dallas. And he started 72 games during the regular season. Bynum coming up short, a battle for the rebound. Loose ball foul called on Utah.
Well, Jerry Sloan electing to go with Kyle Korver, kind of spread the floor a little bit better of a long-range shooter than C.J. Miles. But when C.J. Miles was starting, there was a guy that could take the ball off the dribble. He was a slasher, nice finisher.
That foul on Harpring, his second. Vujacic around Miles, not able to finish. Miles on it. This is Brevin Knight. Here's Miles giving it right back. They reset. Shot clock is down to 6. As Kirilenko makes his move, he's hit on the arm, and a foul once again on the Lakers. It is on Farmar, his first.
Nice execution by the Jazz. Moving the basketball from side to side, not settling for outside shots. Kirilenko trying to take the ball off the dribble. Gets a foul by Farmer.
And here's Kirilenko spinning his way and then finds Hopper. Shot clock to 5. Nice pass broken up, stolen by Odom. Farmer ahead of the field. Oh, he almost blew that. Kind of an awkward release. He heard the footsteps chased by Knight. Lakers up 46-35. It is game 2 of the best of 7. Here's mine. Game 3 Thursday night in Salt Lake City and right here on TNT. Game 4 Saturday night in Utah. Bynum had it slapped away. Jazz showing some signs here in the second quarter. Millsap left open. Paul Millsap, who had an outstanding season coming off the bench, averaging 13 points, 9 rebounds, about 30 minutes of play, and he's brought the Jazz within 7. And the foul is called. Foul on Knight. And a timeout called by Jerry Sloan.
Well, a bright spot for the Jazz in game 1. Paul Millsap, 15 points, 8 rebounds, 7 of them offensive. You leave him wide open like this, he's going to drain it.
Craig.
Well, Utah shorthanded tonight, playing again without Memo Okur, who has that strained hamstring. I asked him at shoot-around today what it prevents him from doing. He says, I can't run and I can't jump. That's pretty much the game of basketball. He has no idea when he will be able to return. As for Matt Harpring, for 3 days, he's had that gastric infection, has lost so many fluids that he has been receiving IV treatment. Now, Coach Sloan has been talking a lot about his team's lack of toughness. Coach Sloan wanted to make sure he did not put Harpring in that category. According to Coach Sloan, Harpring is one of the top 3 or 4 toughest of all time. And he's toughened it out tonight, Marv.
Has that football mentality. Down to 4 on the shot clock. Odom with a deep 3-point attempt. And got the roll. So Odom has hit his first 5 shots. He has 12 points. Lakers 5 of 7 for beyond that 3-point line. Williams back on the floor, replacing Brandon Knight. The steal. Miles stripped by Brown.
Especially the Lakers, a team that's shooting so efficient, you can't turn the ball over if you're the Jazz.
Kirilenko with those long arms coming up with a blocked shot, and that was last touched by Williams. Lakers maintain possession. Phil Jackson more and more comfortable with Shannon Brown at times playing the point and play the shooting guard spot. Guy was considered a throw-in in that trade with Charlotte. Bynum not able to hit. He thought it was foul. Trade with Vladimir Radmanovic. Going to the Bobcats, Adam Morrison, who's not gotten much playing time, coming to L.A. along with Shannon Brown. And a reach-in foul. Called on Bynum. That's his first. And Brown was tossed into the trade to make the salaries match up. And he has been a find for the Lakers.
Well, Phil Jackson said, look, he was a forward all through college. And they really didn't understand what they were getting. They thought Adam Morrison was going to get the bulk of the minutes coming out of that trade. But it's been Brown and his relentless effort at the defensive end for the Lakers, especially going against bigger guards, which tonight and in this series is Darren Williams.
Shannon Brown playing for his 4th team in 3 years. Originally a first-round pick of the Cavaliers back in 2006. Earlier tonight here on TNT, Cleveland beating Detroit. They go 2-0 in that series, 94-82. LeBron at 29 points, 13 rebounds, and 6 assists. Kobe Bryant and Pau Gasol have checked back in. 8-point Laker lead. They've led by as many as 14. Here's Gasol at the high post, played by Millsap. Odom being chased by Harpring. Shot clock down to 6. Walton fielding for Kirilenko. Was able to get the shot off. And rebounded by Harpring. Look out. Crowd wanted a double dribble.
run your offense, run your cuts, see if you can try and get some easy ones or something going to the basket.
Well, Miles from the outside and knocks it down. C.J. Miles off the bench to hit a couple of shots, and that lead is down to 6. Bryant played by Miles. They clear it out. So Kirilenko comes over to help. Brown for 3. Gasol with the tip. Oh, nice follow by Wolf.
Second and third efforts for the Lakers, especially a team that's shooting 65%. You don't want to give them second shot opportunities.
Here's Kirilenko, rebounded by Bryant. The Lakers, 65 wins during the regular season, 65-17. Brown for 3. Shannon Brown, showing confidence, opens up an 11-point Laker lead.
And again, Kobe Bryant, only 3 points, but has 5 assists. Ended up with 8 assists in game 1. And when he's getting everyone going like this is when the Lakers are at their best. It's no longer just Kobe Bryant. He has a supporting cast that can knock down shots.
Hey man, that just kind of came out of nowhere because none of us really seen him play. You know, he had an opportunity to play a little bit in Charlotte, but we didn't really see him too much. So, you know, we didn't know that he could shoot the ball that well, that he could handle the ball that well. He could defend as well, you know, and make plays for others. I mean, it was just a pleasant surprise for his size, you know, his strength at that guard position. That's kind of what we needed, and he's coming and giving us a great boost.
Shannon Brown already 4 of 5 between games 1 and 2 from long distance, and that was the one criticism in his game, is that he wasn't able to stretch the floor. But see what happens when you countless hours in the gym working on your outside shot, and Phil Jackson and the rest of the team believes in him.
So the Lakers back to a double-digit lead. They've led by as many as 14. In game 1, they led by 22 at the half. Here's Darren Williams for 3, and handled by Odom. Phil Jackson, though, not happy with his team's play in the second half the other day, particularly with the Lakers putting the Jazz at the line 28 times. Nice pass from Bryant. Kirilenko got a piece of it. Boozer just checked back in. Able to get it to Williams. Darren Williams lost it from behind. Bryant came from the blind side. And the foul on
Kobe Bryant, when we said make him a scorer, he's looking to do nothing but set up his teammates.
Utah now over the foul limit. So Bryant to the line for the first time. A programming reminder, don't miss the premiere of executive producer Jerry Bruckheimer's new series, Dark Blue, this July on TNT. We talked earlier about the problems the Utah Jazz have on the road. The Lakers at home, 36-5 during the regular season. Second best home record behind Cleveland. The Cavs went 39-2. And the Lakers have won 10 straight against Utah here at Staples, including 3 second-round games last postseason. The Lakers beat the Jazz in 6 on the second round of the playoffs.
Well, not only do they have the second best home record, they have the best road record, the Lakers do, at 29-12.
Although they have had their difficulties playing in Salt Lake City. Yeah. 7-0 run by the Lakers. Kirilenko getting it back to Miles. Miles, a bad pass. And Miles stepped out. Lakers get it down in a hurry. Utah did get back. 4.5 left first half. Bryant with the step. He counts for the foul. He went around Miles. His call for the personal.
And it's almost like he's out here and he's at the park somewhere. Okay, you guys, I've done a good job of facilitating to you guys. I think I'll start my offensive rush a little bit right here. C.J. Miles, you know where I want to go. Baseline. Where's the help? No help for Utah. The and one. Kobe Bryant going to the line. Trying to make his 8th point.
So many similarities to the mindset of Michael Jordan, who would kind of feel the game. Sometimes would come out firing away. favorable hop for Bryant on the free throw. Three-point play for Bryant. Or Jordan would try to set up teammates, get everyone involved, and we're seeing that more and more with Kobe this season. A bad pass, and on the turnover, the ball back to the Lakers. 5 turnovers the last 4 minutes committed by the Jazz.
Well, I'm sure Michael wished, even though he has 6 rings, that he had a talented power forward like Pau Gasol and a skilled big man in Andrew Bynum to feed off of.
Bad pass, Lakers give it right back. And here is Brewer. Williams on the follow, but that won't count. Foul is called. It's on Odom. And that'll put Brewer at the line.
Maybe this is a way for the Jazz to somewhat sneak their way back into this ball game. Try to get some easy baskets in transition. But it's going to have to start at the defensive end. They're going to have to extend their defense a little bit and force turnovers by the Lakers.
Free throws 8 and 9 coming up for Utah. Let's go to Craig Sager. Craig.
Well, Marvin, you know it takes 16 wins in the playoffs to win an NBA championship, and after they racked up their first win, the Lakers on Sunday, they went in the locker room, and Phil Jackson had a message for him. He goes, 15 more, not like that. He was not at all happy with the performance. They led by 22 at half, but only single digits in the fourth quarter. The players we talked to thought he was a little too harsh. They thought it was a much more dominant performance than the coach thought. And there were some fans who were upset, too, because the final score is 113 to 100. They gave up 100 points at the very end of the buzzer, so they didn't get their 2 free tacos because the Lakers didn't hold their opponent under 100.
I know Phil was very upset about that also. Ball is deflected out, last touch by the Jazz, but what really bothered Phil Jackson, the high number of layups and dunks by Utah in that second half, and the fact that they were going to the free throw line so frequently. Lakers have a 15-point lead with just under 4 to go in this half, and Pau Gasol adds to that.
Well, Kobe Bryant is just, this is almost like a Thanksgiving Day feast. He's just carving the Utah Jazz interior defense up with his passing.
That's 6 assists for Bryant. And it's an offensive foul as Fisher trying to battle his way through the screen. And he took the hit. Foul on Millsap, his second.
I like Phil Jackson not being happy with having a 22-point lead at halftime of game 1 and letting the team, a number 8 seed, get back into the ballgame. Can't be complacent in this league. He wants perfection.
Behind the back pass from Bryant. Item stop. Gasol is right there, and a foul. That'll put Pau at the line. Carlos Boozer very quiet in this first half. Hits the foul. And Reggie, this is a matchup of 2 of the winningest coaches in playoff history. Phil Jackson's teams have beaten Jerry Sloan's in their 3 previous playoff matchup. Last year in the second round, Sloan's Utah Jazz losing to Phil's Lakers. And with the Chicago Bulls, with Phil as head coach, Bulls beat the Jazz in the finals, both in 1997 and 1998.
So what are you trying to say? Phil has Jerry's number? Is that what you're alluding to, partner?
No, not necessarily. Okay. No. Look at the rosters. Oh, look out. Oh, Derek Fisher goes flying into the stands, and Millsap is able to hit. Derek Fisher lands to our left. And then races back onto the court. Took a little rest.
Well, I'm just wondering if our statistician, Paul, was going to help up Derek Fisher at all. I mean, he fell in your lap. You're not even going to extend an olive branch to the man?
Paul Evans was writing down some facts for us.
Oh, it's playoffs. That's what I like. Our stats guy does not play around.
Timeout is called by the Lakers.
And all Derek is wondering is, can I get a little love here?
Well, Paul looked at him.
Look, Paul looks at him.
He tapped him.
It's okay to put your arm out, Paul. It ain't broke.
Paul said, you're okay. Get up. Get back in. Presented by BlackBerry.
We're getting some good questions, and this one comes from Matthew C., who says, look, you played against Michael, and you played against Kobe. Do you think Kobe is the rightful heir to the throne? Now, I've had some unbelievable games against both of them, and Kobe, as fantastic as he is, Michael Jordan was so strong on the post. He became a great outside shooter. I think Kobe Bryant is an outside shooter, but there could be only one king, and that's Michael Jordan. But Kobe, he's in the discussion, but he's not the rightful heir just yet.
I believe we do have a second question, which we'll get to in a moment. I know you have had to delve through thousands the last couple of weeks.
Yes, I have. We appreciate all the fans
coming up with quality questions, leading to much information as Brewer cuts inside. Boozer going to dive on it, and it's taken out of his hands by Bryant. A look-away attempted, and it's kept alive by Gasol. We're down to 2 minutes left in the half. Shot clock at 10. Ariza off the fake. Knocks down a three. Trevor Ariza showing the entire repertoire in games 1 and 2. He now has 10 points following the career playoff high 21 in game number 1.
Just another weapon that Phil Jackson can use.
Deron Williams with another three. That's his 4th from downtown. 66-49 Lakers. Well, they have the 22-point lead at the half the other day. Moving in that direction. Williams came up with a steal, and then he is fouled. Ariza chased him down and picks it up. All right, here's the second question for Reggie's mailbag.
Oh, this comes from Kenny S. from Studio J. That's very familiar.
In Atlanta.
Well, yeah. How does it feel to carry a team in the playoffs? Well,
terrible.
you know, Charles and I can attest to this. When you're the man and, you know, you've got to carry a load and make sure everything is okay. You know, Kenny would, you know, play 12 minutes here or there, hit a three occasionally. So, Kenny S. from Studio J in Atlanta. It's tough to carry a team when you're the man, but, you know, when you're that 11th or 12th guy coming in, and you got someone like a Team Olajuwon down low, it's kind of nice to work off of him.
That is terrible. What do you? That is. I mean, I know you can go on for another half hour on that.
No, I'm just saying it's tough, you know, when you're the grade A stake and you're got to carry a team.
Gets worse.
Like Charles and I, and you know, when you're someone who just, you know, occasionally.
Well, let's get back to the game.
All right, enough.
A minute remaining in this first half. Here's Gasol. Brewer got a piece of it from behind, and last touch by Gasol. I have a feeling you're going to be hearing from Kenny S. Coming up, incidentally, it is the T-Mobile halftime report. Ernie, Kenny, and Charles back in the studio.
Oh, are you assuming I was talking about Kenny Smith? I wasn't talking about Kenny Smith.
Wasn't a thought. Okay. Deron Williams taking to the rim. So Williams with 17 points along with 6 assists. Here's Fisher for 3. And the long rebound is taken by Brewer.
Fisher was going for the 2-for-1 for the Lakers.
Nice play by Williams, gets it inside, and Boozer scores. Monty McCutchen blowing the whistle, walking over toward the scorer's table. Maybe an adjustment of the clock. Apparently that's what it was. 9-0 run here by Utah. And that lead is down to 11.
Remember in game 1, the start of the third quarter, Utah started off with a 9-0 run to get back into the ball game, being down by 22 at half.
10 seconds left in the first half. Bynum comes out to set the pick. Oh, Bryant thought he had a teammate. Williams on the steal. He better not able to get it off on time. So that's the end of the first half, and the Lakers have a 66-55 lead on the Jazz. Lakers opened on fire. At one point, they hit 11 consecutive shots. They led by a count of 41-29, after one, led by as many as 14 in the first quarter. They've led by as many as 20 overall. You see the High Point men. Darren Williams leads Utah. Pau Gasol, high man for the Lakers. Let's go to Craig with Pau Gasol.
Well, Paul, dominated game, particularly from the start, but now the lead's down to 11. What do you think your coach is going to tell you? He wasn't happy last time when he lost the big lead.
Right. We didn't finish off well the half, and obviously that's something that we need to do, especially in the playoffs. We need to maintain and sustain our leads and sustain our effort.
Kobe Bryant has been setting up all your teammates and everybody here tonight. Why is that happening? Why is he not taking the offensive load himself?
Well, I think he understands what our strengths are against them, and he understands that they're going to come at him and attack him, double team him and stuff. So he's just finding the open man and the open guys, and we're knocking them down. We're playing well.
Thanks a lot. Pau Gasol with 13 points, the leading scorer for the Lakers. They're up by 11. We'll take a break. Come back with the T-Mobile halftime report with EJ, Kenny, and Charles. Our studios in Atlanta.
Assist, finally takes it off the dribble with a nice finish, going to the basket.
And we have a plethora of statistics. Time for the game summary brought to you by Dos Equis. Look at the shooting. Utah at 60% from the field, 21 of 35. Lakers at one point hit 11 straight shots back in the first quarter. They are 26 of 41, 63%, 7 of 11. Good numbers from downtown for the Lakers. High number of assists for both teams. And the High Point men for the Lakers, Pau Gasol with 13, 10 apiece for Trevor Ariza, Andrew Bynum, 12 for Lamar Odom, 8.7 assists for Kobe Bryant. Darren Williams leading Utah with 17 points as this third quarter gets underway. Here's Kyle Korver knocking it down. Let's check in with Craig Sager. Craig.
Well, Marv, one of the adjustments that Utah made between games 1 and game 2 was to get back quicker on defense, cut down on those fast breaks so the Lakers couldn't score easily. It worked in the first half. Lakers only had 6 fast break points. But unfortunately, they put up 66. The adjustment they're going to make here in the second half is not to close out so much on the bigs down low, because they can't let the Lakers put up 7 out of 11 from three-point range, so they're going to have to be much quicker on the rotations.
I thank you, Craig. Lakers trying to make it 2-0 in this best of 7. Ariza called for the offensive foul. So the ball back to the Jazz as they seek to tie the series at one apiece. Game number 3 Thursday night in Salt Lake City. We'll have it for you on TNT Game 4 Saturday night in Salt Lake. Foul number 3 on Trevor Ariza.
The Jazz are definitely in a better spot than they were in game 1, being down by 22. Only down by 9, and you got to remember they started off that third quarter in game 1 with that 9-0 run to get themselves back into contention.
Ariza tried to make the turn, but cut off and lost it. Korver knocked it aside, recovered by Ariza. Here's Fisher with a rainbow, rebounded by Boozer.
Let's see if Carlos Boozer can get it going offensively in this third quarter. Only 3 of 6 as Korver wide open 3.
And the Jazz battling back. They are now within 6.
Well, that's 2 buckets for Kyle Korver early in this third quarter. Only 1 of 5 in that first half, 2 points. Jerry Sloan has inserted him into the starting lineup to stretch the defense.
14 straight points for Utah. This has been a concern of Phil Jackson and the Lakers. There have been a number of occasions where they've had big leads and they've allowed teams to get back into it. 2 minutes gone by in the third. Korver again for 3. And that's over the backboard and out of bounds.
Yeah, but I like the aggressiveness of the Utah Jazz, and more importantly, Kyle Korver. 3 quick shots here in this third quarter. Kind of like Doc Rivers was saying in last night's game at halftime, hey guys, can anyone please offensively get it going for us? And Ray Allen stepped up with that brilliant shooting performance in the second half. That's what Jerry Sloan is looking for. Someone to step up offensively and carry this team.
That pass from Gasol off the mark. Here comes Williams on a crossover, then kicked it out, but he surprised Brewer with that pass.
And he expected Ronnie Brewer to be in the short corner for that little 18-footer. Brewer was, as most guards penetrate, the other guard's responsibility is to circle back and protect the backcourt, and that's what Ronnie Brewer was doing.
Lakers Lakers have not scored in over 4 minutes going back to the final stages of the first half. And that streak ends as Kobe Bryant able to knock it down. Lakers 68 and the Jazz 60. Jarrett Collins starting with Annette Okura, sidelined by the hamstring. Kyle Korver in the starting lineup. C.J. Miles coming off the bench. Miles not able to hit, and it's deflected out last touch by Utah. The Lakers of the regular season, 65-17, best record in the West. Second best in the NBA behind Cleveland. They went 66-16. And the foul is called away from the ball. Foul is on Collins. Gone by in the third quarter. Bryant putting moves on Brewer, played him well, and rebounded by Collins.
Yeah, that's probably as well as you can play Kobe Bryant when he's only 15 to 17 feet away from the basket.
And defensively, Bryant now defending on Williams, and Carlos Boozer with his fourth field goal, so he has 8 points, 5 rebounds. Gasol played by Boozer. With some help, here comes Williams. They double up. Fisher trying to get it inside, try to squeeze it. Here comes Williams. And the pass behind Brewer. Ariza leads the break. Fisher for 3. For Fisher, 9-point lead for the Lakers.
You know, it's a 5-point swing right there. You think you have a layup at one end for the Jazz, turns into a 3 as Darren Williams. It's that dribble penetration that's worrying Phil Jackson.
Williams able to protect the ball away from Bynum, who was looking for the reject. Here's Bynum, and he's fouled. Foul called on Collins.
The steal here by Trevor Ariza. Pass was kind of behind Brewer. And what does Derek Fisher do? Run to the short corner 3. Knocks down his 9 points. And look at the dribble penetration by Darren Williams. And that's going against size in there of Andrew Bynum.
Foul on Collins, the second team foul on Utah. Here's Bryant again. He's played well by Brewer. Williams on the move with Fisher back. Williams goes right at him, and it's an offensive foul, a card, as Fisher took the hit.
And Darren Williams is asking official Sean Corbin, I think Derek Fisher jumped right in front of me at the last. How could he be set? Williams, and it's close. It looked like he had his feet set for the offensive foul against Darren Williams.
Second foul on Williams. Shot clock down to 8. And Collins called for the hold on Bynum. So that's 3 on Collins.
Andrew Bynum is just too big for Jarron Collins down low. He can duck in at any time to use that height advantage to get great position in the paint.
And now Collins sits down. Paul Millsap, who goes 6'8", will now be contending with Gasol as Boozer switches off to Bynum. And here is Gasol.
Now look at the size advantage that the Lakers have. Andrew Bynum runs 7 feet. Pau Gasol 7 feet. Going against undersized bigs for the Utah Jazz.
Boozer. And the save by Bryant. 73-64. Lakers 6.5 to play in the third. And again, they take advantage as Gasol extends to an 11-point Laker lead, and Jerry Sloan wants to talk.
Pau Gasol, especially when he has the height advantage at 7'2" frame. Guy that can go left or right. Nice little left-handed hook, and look at Ariza, nice little setup. His 8th assist down low to Pau Gasol.
Although Phil Jackson was not pleased with the Lakers' performance in the second half during Game 1 this past Sunday, Lakers did beat the Jazz 113-100. They shot 56% in the process. Trevor Ariza with a playoff career high, 21 points, 10 in the first quarter. Carlos Boozer led Utah, game high 27. But with the all-around performance by Kobe Bryant, 24 points, 8 assists to lead the way. Lakers had a 22-point lead at the half, and they did allow Utah to get back into it. We mentioned earlier that Phil was not happy about the high number of layups and dunks for Utah in that second half. And here tonight in Game 2, Lakers have led by as many as 20 at one point in the first quarter. They hit 11 straight shots. Utah closing the first half with 9 unanswered to get back into it. This is a three-point attack by Brewer. Brewer with the save, and it's taken by Fisher, able to slap to the front court and saves it. Bryant's pass broken up. Here comes Utah. And Brewer able to score off the lead from Williams. So the Lakers now lead at 75-66.
Well, nice hustle there by the 34-year-old legs of Derek Fisher to save that basketball.
Bryant making contact with Brewer. Brewer's done a good job against last touch by the Jazz.
We'll be having a discussion with official Mark Davis, feeling there's a lot of bumping going down low with Ronnie Brewer. Brewer to this point doing a good job defensively, even though Kobe has been more of a facilitator for this game.
And Bryant uses the screen. Bryant got the step. Punched up, will not count. Offensive interference, the call on Gasol.
I'm seeing signs of defensive life by the Utah Jazz.
Playing a bit more physical. I think that started late in the first half. Jerry Sloan, prior to the game, saying, well, we want to see a little bit more nastiness out there, which does not necessarily, mean taking a swing at somebody.
No, it just means putting your hands on someone defensively. Very much the same the way Ronnie Brewer, especially the start of this third quarter, has done against Kobe Bryant. Fought him early, down low on the post, and making him take tough shots.
Here's Williams for 3. So Darren Williams hitting that downtown shot and cuts it to a 6-point Laker lead. That's 5 threes for Williams. And the outside official Sean Corbin calls the foul. 4th team foul on Utah. That's number 3 on Darren Williams.
Well, with Noah Kerr missing his second game because of the hamstring, now the Jazz are forced to go smaller because of the foul trouble to Jaren Collins. And now you see why the Jazz have to double down on Powell and Andrew Bynum.
And here's that double. Beautiful pass. Bynum gets it to Gasol. It counts to the foul.
And the Jazz aren't used, when you're not used to double teaming, they come at weird and awkward moments, and guys are able to find gaps. And you see the ball go down low to Andrew Bynum, and these are two guys that aren't used to being double, and Carlos Boozer and Darren Williams. And you just look how he looks over the defense. There's a wide open 7-2 guy underneath in yellow. Let me just throw it to him for the N1.
Foul committed by Millsap. That's his 3rd, and the Jazz are now over the foul limit. Lakers do not have a team foul.
Now that is disrespect the way Kobe Bryant is playing Ronnie Brewer.
He just stepped away. He's challenging him to take the shot, although he got off to a good start offensively. Boozer is turned back. In Game 1, the Lakers had 9 blocked shots. 4 by Pau Gasol. For Bynum, that's his 3rd rejection. Shot clock at 9. 4.5 left in the 3rd. Williams again for 3. Boozer can't reach for it. Lakers on every loose ball. Fisher from downtown, way off. And it's deflected out. Last touch by Bynum.
Lakers coming up with all the loose ball and all the hustle and long rebounds. Jazz lucky that they're not converting at the other end.
Ariza on Korver. Millsap hands back to Williams. Good pick by Millsap. Here's Williams. Rebounded by Bynum. Millsap with a good play to poke it aside. Was able to front Gasol.
Every single time Pau Gasol or Andrew Bynum are catching the basketball, it's in the paint. Now, rather, a deflection is taking it out, but they are catching the basketball every single time in the purple area. And what do? Phil Jackson takes out Andrew Bynum, who runs 7'2", and brings in a 7-foot, talented, skilled big man in Lamar Odom.
Bynum leads with 10 points and the 3 block shots. Now Williams defending on Bryant as they clear it out. Here's Bryant. He wanted a foul.
He might be right on that. With the body or on the wrist.
Korver for 3. Yes. So Kyle Korver has turned it here in the 3rd quarter. He now has 10 points. And that is 2nd from beyond the 3-point line. And here are the Utah Jazz right back again within 6. Gasol. Pau Gasol is 9 of 11 for 22 points.
Jazz, they just want to hang around. And you can keep this within 8 to 10 points going into the 4th.
Oh, Millsap off a beautiful feed. Deron Williams has been able to get off some gorgeous passes. That's an offensive foul on Fisher. But Williams' teammates not converting off those passes. Just under 3 to go in the 3rd. 8-point Laker lead.
对抗烟瘾，没那么简单。在你脑。
We welcome you back to Staples Center in Los Angeles. 80-72 Laker lead as the 3rd quarter winds down, and a star-studded crowd here tonight, including World Figure Skating Champion Michelle Kwan, Kevin Connolly from Entourage, and Leonardo DiCaprio. Andy Garcia, a regular at courtside for Laker games. Dustin Hoffman is here.
Oh, Tootsie!
And Jessica Biel and Justin Timberlake.
Your personal favorite. Didn't you say you like Justin Timberlake?
I do. And here's Jack on cue. Celebrating a birthday today.
That's great. Probably arguably the greatest fan in probably any sport. You could throw Spike Lee in there for the Knicks. The greatest fan of his team. I don't think who else.
You and Spike have really come to terms.
No, we haven't, but I'm saying he's in that discussion of greatest fan.
Oh, I see. As Carlos Boozer knocks it down. And the Lakers now lead 80-74.
And that would be most famous fan of a particular.
People well-known
for their
personalities.
You think of the Lakers, you think of Jack. You think of the Knicks, as Kobe Bryant thinks of buckets using the glass right there. Think of the Knicks, you think of Spike Lee.
So you and Spike have not come to terms. There's still some
we're cordial.
tension.
We're cordial.
I feel tension.
We're cordial. See, there you go.
Cordial.
There you go, starting it.
Brewer comes up short. Boozer on the rebound is fouled. And Carlos Boozer coming on in this 2nd half, so he will go to the line. Foul on Gasol. A foul that is his first. Well, you can log on to NBA.com to enter. This is scary. The Barkley Zone. Exclusive interviews, opinion, and analysis straight from the mouth of Charles. Only on NBA.com. The Jazz now 10 of 12 at the line. Lakers have led by as many as 20. It's a 7-point lead as we come up on 2 minutes to play in the third. The Jazz try to tie this series at 1. Game 3 Thursday night in Salt Lake. And the Lakers have had their problems playing in Utah. They have lost 7 of their last 10 games against the Jazz in Salt Lake City. Here's Bryant trying to get into it offensively.
4 of 10 from the field. Does have 12 points and 7 assists.
Millsap. Rebounded by Gasol. Sasha Vujacic now in the backcourt along with Shannon Brown, although Kobe handling the ball. Here's Bryant and a foul. It is on the Jazz. And they are over the foul limit.
Well, I think Kobe is done trying to set up teammates. He's in attack mode right now. And that very well could have been an offensive foul on Kobe.
Foul on Boozer. That is his second. Bryant is 3 of 3 at the line. Let's go to Craig Sager. Craig.
Well, Mark, we've been talking about our 40 games and 40 nights, and many of the NBA players don't miss a single game when they're playing or when they're not playing. Watch inside the NBA. They're talking to Kobe Bryant after his game Sunday. Remember, they had that early start, 12 o'clock out here. They asked him if he watched the other games. He goes, not really. And they go, what'd you do? He goes, I watched Electric Boogaloo with my 2 daughters. And they go, Electric Boogaloo? He goes, yeah, they like to jump up and down on the bed. He goes, Style and Profiling is my favorite song when they do that. So I don't know what you're doing Sunday, Mar, but I know you weren't watching Electric Boogaloo.
No, I'm strictly a SpongeBob guy. Electric Boogaloo. Here's Boozer. Went to the left hand off the lead from Culver. Lakers lead at 84-78.
Well, I guarantee you Kobe Bryant was watching game film after game 1, and what could he and his team improve on as they go to game 2? He just wasn't doing nothing.
Bryant tried to put it between the legs. Brewer's done a nice job on him, not going for the fake, and then Bryant forces and hits.
Oh, are you kidding me? If I'm Ronnie Brewer, it's almost like you got to throw in the towel. That is not right.
Ronnie Brewer did all he could, and he's a good defender.
Yes, he is. He's tough-minded. He stayed down on all the screens.
Shot clock down to 4. Williams changed his mind, and it's a 24-second violation.
Great defense by the Lakers and Kobe Bryant. And you can't not play Kobe Bryant any better than this. Look at the footwork on both ends. Look at the defense, and doesn't pick up that pivot. Uses the spin move. That doesn't get him. All right, I'll just fade back and knock down this 21-footer.
Lonnie Price, 4-year man from Utah Valley, just checked in for the first time. So Darren Williams will get a rest. C.J. Miles is back on the floor. Here's Shannon Brown. That's a 3 for Brown. He's hit 2 from downtown. 89-78 Lakers. Lakers 9 of 15 from three-point land. About a second differential between the game clock and shot clock. Price using the clock. Miles for 3. Bryant lost it with 2 seconds left in this third quarter. So the Jazz maintain possession.
Jazz have cut this lead to 6, all the way down to 6.
Brewer gets it in. Here's Price with a deep 3. After 3 quarters at Staples in L.A., Lakers looking to go up 2-0 in this best of 7. They lead by 11. When we come back, Craig will talk with Laker head coach Phil Jackson. Aerial coverage for tonight's game is being provided by Goodyear. Get there on the cushion of Goodyear Comfort Tread technology. Moments ago, Craig with Laker head coach Phil Jackson.
Well, Coach, a 20-point lead got down to 6. Kind of similar to game 1 in some instances, but are you playing better than you did in game 1 in the third quarter here?
They're playing better. They're shooting the ball better, and our defense has to pick up. You know, we made some bad mistakes. There's some unconscionable mistakes in that third quarter. You know, took shots that weren't quite right, tried to make passes that were difficult, and fed a little bit into their offense. But I think we recovered at the end of the quarter. I think we're back instead.
The first half, Kobe Bryant was the facilitator, setting up all his teammates. Seemed like he tried to do some scoring there in the third quarter. What do you want out of him in the fourth?
Well, he's just prepping himself in case he's got to get going at the end of the game and making his presence felt. But, you know, he did a real good job at the start of the game. And, you know, now is a little opportunity for him to, exert himself out here.
Thanks a lot. Thank you, Mark.
All right, Craig, here's Andrew Bynum, who just checked back in on the back tap, handled by Sasha Vujacic. Vujacic and Brown are at the guards. Bryant is now up front, along with Bynum and Odom. Nice lead from Odom. And, oh, look out. Brown is hit down, and the crowd wants a flagrant. The officials discuss it.
Well, I will say this. This is a Jerry Sloan type foul. Now, if Collins was going for the basketball or not, and he was trying to block it and got into the body, but it's a good, hard, physical foul.
And it was not called a flagrant foul. Shannon Brown has played well once again here tonight. Hit 2 threes. Extends the Laker lead to 91-78. Lakers have led by as many as 20. That was late second quarter. Utah came back with that 14-0 run. And a foul is called on Vujacic. The Jazz cutting the lead down to 6 on 7 occasions, but could get no closer. And here they're down by 13. That's an on-shooting foul. So Miles puts it in play.
Sasha thought he had to steal.
Andre Kirilenko back on the floor, and he's hit on a reach-in. Foul is on Bryant. 2 shots for Kirilenko, 79%. Free throw shooter. Programming reminder, don't miss the all-new season premiere of Tyler Perry's Meet the Browns, May 27th at 10, 9 Central, only on TBS.
Very funny.
Andre Kirilenko, these days, 6th man for the Jazz, sometimes the 7th man. An all-star back in 2004. Averaged 11 points, 5 rebounds this regular season, playing about 27 minutes a game. The foul is called. It is on Miles, his 3rd. Carlos Boozer check back in, comes on for Darren Collins.
Well, you look at the lineup, minus Darren Williams. This is a lineup that is quick, can put points on the board to try to get back in if you're the Utah Jazz.
Kobe Bryant with that running hook. Very slow, buying some minutes for Darren Williams, staying with Ronnie Price here at the start of the 4th. Miles got tied up on the recovery. Foul is called. It appeared that Vujacic had his hand on the ball with Miles, and then Miles was able to pull away and then took the hit from Bynum. So Bynum picks up his 2nd. C.J. Miles, drafted out of Skyline High School in Dallas, a 2nd-round pick. In fact, at the age of 18, the youngest player in Jazz history when he signed 4 years ago. Originally committed to the University of Texas, then decided to enter the draft.
And it's a guy that's really evolved and worked on his offensive repertoire. He really couldn't shoot that well coming to the Jazz, but this is a guy that Jerry Sloan now trusts. Started 72 games for the Jazz until he had that index finger on his left hand.
Here's Bryant. It counts as a foul. Off the double team, Bryant able to go glass and heads to the line.
Well, what did Phil Jackson say? Kobe just basically keeping himself ready until he's got to turn it on. Look at this move right here against the taller 6'10" Kirilenko. Just using his own body against him. That's 3 Jazz players around Kobe Bryant. Uses the glass, gets fouled, and that's why this kid is the reigning MVP and has this team poised to try and get through this tough Western Conference.
Foul was called on Millsap. Three-point play completed by Bryant, who has put up 11 points the last 4 minutes. So this is trouble as Vujacic called for the foul. Miles was in trouble deep in the backcourt going behind the back, but Vujacic picked up the foul.
Yeah, man, I don't mind that if I'm Vujacic. You know, pick up full court, and, you know, his minutes have diminished because of the emergence of Shannon Brown, really his as well as Jordan Farmer. And if you're going to get back on the floor, do the little things. Pick up full court, try to come up with some steals, rebounds. He struggled with his shot all year.
Aaron Williams is back. Another three-pointer for Williams. And that's his 6th three-pointer of the game. And a foul against Utah.
I think Aaron Williams was watching Chauncey Billups the other night. And those 8 of 9 three-pointers in Denver.
Foul on Kirilenko, Utah. With their 4th team foul, Kobe went to the line. He thought they were over the limit. So 4 apiece on the Jazz and the Lakers. Andre Kirilenko has had some superb defensive games against Kobe Bryant, particularly in Utah. With that enormous wingspan, Kirilenko is back on Bryant. And here's Bryant shooting over him. 96-84 Lakers. Just under 10 minutes to play in the 4th. With Williams going at Brown. Nice pass. Beautifully done. Millsap able to finish.
And again, Utah cuts the lead to 10. See if they can get under double digits here.
And the Lakers take a timeout. Aaron Williams now 25 points, 9 assists. The Lakers 96, the Jazz 86. And Reggie, you look at his athletic ability and incredible footwork, which helped him create shots and score like few other players can in the NBA.
Not in this current NBA. Obviously, he reminds me so much of Michael. Jordan had fantastic footwork, and you see this left-handed pump fake spin, and that's this career 61 that he had in the Garden. And then tonight, after having 7 assists in that first half, this is towards the end of that first half, decided to get going with his offense with the and one. And look at Ronnie Brewer. This is great defense. And pump fakes, was getting ready to turn and just falls away for that 22-footer. It's all about the fundamentals, the mechanics, and the footwork for Kobe Bryant that separates him from any other player that's currently in the NBA.
Kobe on the bench getting a rest. Luke Walton is checked back in. Here's Vujacic. Odom able to slap it away, but ends up in the hands of Walton. Here is Odom for 3. He was uncovered, and then Darren Williams tried to recover, but could not. The Lakers with a 99-86 advantage. Boozer passing on the shot. Darren Williams, who's hit 6 from downtown, gives it right back. Boozer, and Kirilenko is there.
Finally, a second shot opportunity for the Jazz. Only 4 tonight. They had 20 offensive rebounds in game 1. Lakers doing a good job of keeping the Jazz off the offensive glass.
Shot clock to 5. Here's Brown off balance and hits at the shot clock buzzer.
See what confidence will do and the belief from your head coach. You get extra minutes, and telling you, that bucket, the rim looks so big.
Jazz able to keep it alive. Williams not able to hit that time from downtown. Bynum gets in deep and lost it. Millsap took it out of his hands. Williams, yes. This time goes to the medium range touch. 101-90. Lakers just under 8 minutes to play in the fourth. Marv Albert with Reggie Miller and Craig Sager from Staples in L.A. Boozer called for the hack, and that'll send Bynum to the line. One other game going tonight, Houston and Portland. And for more on that, let's go to Atlanta. Here's Ernie Johnson. Ernie. All right, thanks, Ernie. Andrew Bynum off at the line. He has scored 10 points, but all in the first quarter. And good hustle by Walton. And a timeout, a 20-second timeout to hold on to the possession called by Luke Walton. So we will step away. We'll be back to L.A. in a moment. West Virginia, one-time Laker. And Rod's so proud that he will be inducted into the West Virginia Hall of Fame. Only the third inductee. Shannon Brown once again. Wow. So he has 12 points. The other two guys inducted, Jerry West and Sam Huff, as Darren Williams is fouled.
Shannon Brown. This is another secret weapon, just out of bounds. Nice pass, little curl. And you see the finish on the reverse. Shannon Brown, 4 of 6, 12 points off the bench for Phil Jackson.
12 points in 14 minutes of play for Shannon Brown. Hot Rod Hundley, a sensational player, junior. And when he came into the pros, I know Hot Rod, he'd never bring it up, but you know what he'd be worth coming into the NBA these days? He was kind of an early Pistol Pete Maravich. 103-92 Lakers. Bad pass. Millsap off the steal. Look out, and he's fouled by Odom. The Lakers over the limit. So Millsap will go to the line. He's only a 70% free throw shooter. A check of the upcoming national television schedule Wednesday on NBA TV. It's the Sixers and the Magic in Orlando, Game 2, starting at 6:30 Eastern Time. Friday, look at the games on ESPN. Games 3 in Detroit, Philly, and Houston. And then Sunday on ABC, Boston at Chicago. Game 4 followed by Cleveland at Detroit in game number 4 of that series.
This is a chance now for the Jazz. You've got
Darren Williams putting the speed on, and that lead is down to 8.
And Darren Williams offensively carrying this Utah Jazz team. You see the open court, you see the little avenue, and Odom is just a little bit late, rotating over in the fast break situation. Little Jazz, you got it down to 8. Just a little under 6 minutes left. Kobe Bryant still on the bench for the Lakers.
Utah thought there was a timeout being called, but play continues. Jerry Sloan trying to get Kyle Korver back in, and Phil Jackson looking to get Kobe Bryant back in. Oh, what a move by Lamar Odom. 17 points. He's hit all 7 of his shot attempts. Williams off the fake. What a move against Shannon Brown. 35 points, 9 assists for Deron Williams, including a playoff career high. He's equaled his high with 6 3-point shots. That's a 3-second violation. So the ball back to the Jazz, and now a timeout taken.
And Deron Williams doing a little bit of dancing on Shannon Brown, knocks down the jump shot, and look at this, just waiting. He's looking. All right, I'll just pull up for the jump shot. Jazz down by 8.
Boozer's pass picked off by Fisher.
Boozer's been out of sync all game.
Kick ball. Lakers have 19 on the shot clock. Earlier tonight, Cleveland over Detroit, 94-82. Cavs up 2-0 in that series. LeBron at 29 points, 13 rebounds. And earlier, it was Portland evening up the series with Houston, 107-103. Brandon Roy with 42 points. Bryant with a deep three, and the ball back to the Jazz.
The Lakers are leaving the door somewhat cracked for the Utah Jazz, and every time they get within this 6 to 8 point costly turnover or a bad shot, this is a chance, especially Deron Williams, as hot as he is, to take this game over.
Call is away from the ball as Ariza got involved with Korver. Both teams over the foul limit. So Kyle Korver to the line, one of the better free throw shooters in the league, 88%. This season, a couple years back, led the NBA, shooting 91, although does not get to the line frequently because primarily a three-point shooter.
I'm just wondering, how is Utah's defense, now that Kobe Bryant is back on the floor and is rested, how is it going to adjust now? Because you know the ball is going to be in his hands. Final 4:31 left in this fourth quarter.
So once again, Utah gets it
to the magical
6. Yes, 8th time they cut it to 6. Shot clock down to 6. Fisher fires, and he is fouled in three-point territory.
And if Deron Williams could pull his body back, he would. This is just a silly foul by Deron Williams. You have a great defense for 20 seconds of that 24-second shot, and long three. You don't want to foul jump shooters.
Deron Williams commits his fourth. Fisher at the line for the first time. And Derek is an 85% free throw shooter. Derek Fisher, who spent time with the Utah Jazz, returned to the Lakers last season. Hits 2 of 3.
And him hitting that big shot a couple years ago against the Golden State Warriors after flying all day from New York, treatment for his daughter.
Ariza defending on Korver. Williams putting moves on Fisher. Boozer able to reach for it. Yes, and the foul. A big bucket for Carlos Boozer. Going between a couple of Lakers, and now he will head to the line.
Well, we talked about Carlos Boozer being somewhat out of sync, but this is one thing, how do you get yourself back on track? Go to the offensive glass. Remember, they had 20 offensive rebounds in game 1. Nowhere near that number tonight, but Boozer keeping the flame alive here for the Jazz can cut the lead to 5.
He's only a 70% free throw shooter. Foul on Ariza. That's his 5th personal. And it is now down to 5 with 4 left in this fourth quarter. Crowd urging on the Lakers. It's the closest the game has been since early moments of the first quarter. Bryant is stopped. Here comes Williams. And the tip was missed by Korver. It ends up in the hands of Deron Williams.
You know, in football, they say it's a game of inches. I mean, Deron Williams knows that Ariza can't foul him because he'll foul out. Just misses the layup.
And here's Boozer taking to the rim. And Carlos Boozer with 5 points. The last 45 seconds, 109-106. The Laker lead down to 3. Odom for 3. And Ariza able to recapture. They get the new 24.
Second shot opportunities for the Lakers.
Gasol lost it. Boozer with the good play.
Gotta watch Kyle Korver for a big 3 here.
Gives it to Boozer. Lost the dribble. Odom on a 2-on-1. Ariza gives it right back. Nicely done. Boozer came up empty on that dribble attempt. The Lakers back up by 5 with 2:25 left in the fourth. Williams tried to get that's a risky pass, and he was bailed out at the kick ball. Timeout is taken. The Lakers up 111-106. Beautifully executed 2-on-1.
And we're going with plays tonight, Marv. And Kyle Korver knocking down the 3. Deron Williams, 17 assists in game 1, has 9 tonight. Finds Ronnie Brewer for the wide open dunk. And that dribble penetration that Phil Jackson was worried about. 9 assists tonight for Deron Williams to go along with 35 points. They've gotten into this lead down to 5 with the basketball.
Deron Williams with a new career playoff high with the 35. Shot clock down to 7. Here's Korver over Ariza. Rushed shot with the clock running down. Kept alive. Brewer. Rebounded by Boozer and a foul. Loose ball foul on the Jazz. They are over the limit, which means the Lakers head to the line. It's number 4 committed by Boozer.
Korver was rushed into a contested shot, and when they got the offensive rebound, the last person was Ronnie Brewer that really should be shooting that basketball. That's when you bring it back out and run your offense to try to get Deron Williams or Carlos Boozer or even perhaps Paul Millsap going. But the ball ended up in Brewer's hands.
2 shots for Gasol, who is 4 of 4 at the line, a 78% free throw shooter. So the Lakers missing at the line here in the fourth quarter. Fisher missed just a moment ago, but overall 15 of 19 at the line. That is unusual for Kyle Gasol. The Jazz down by 5. Williams' pass broken up. Another turnover for Deron Williams. Brewer able to intercept. Although Williams has had a spectacular game, he's turned it over now 7 times.
Do the Lakers want to win this game, or do the Jazz want to go get it? Both teams are almost like you take it, I take it, you take it.
Shot clock to 7. Odom is all over Williams. He got the step and rejected by Gasol. Utah with 4 on the shot clock and a minute 24 to play in this fourth quarter. The Jazz timeouts remaining. Lakers have 2 full and a 20. Both clubs are over the limit. Korver off the inbounds. Brewer rejected, and it's a 24-second violation.
Well, that's 2 nice blocks by Pau Gasol. 1 on Deron Williams. And that second one to expire the shot clock against Ronnie Brewer. The length and the size of the Lakers once again.
Utah certainly had its opportunities in this fourth quarter. Lakers up 111-106 as we approach a minute remaining in the fourth. Here is Bryant. Yes. It's a 7-point Laker lead. Who's to try to set a pick? They double up on Millsap. Korver getting it underneath and a foul. Oh, a hard foul by Odom.
You never want to give up a layup as Ronnie Brewer is slow to get up. But, you know, when you give the Lakers, and especially that man, number 24, Kobe Bryant, the best closer in our game, opportunities, he's going to knock down shots. And as the ball is deflected to Ronnie Brewer, Lamar Odom takes a good, hard, physical playoff foul.
Ronnie Brewer only a 70% free throw shooter. And the foul does stop the clock. Down to 49 seconds to play in this fourth quarter. The Lakers are up by 6. They have led wire to wire. They've led by as many as 20. Brewer knocks down both.
And if you're the Jazz, you don't want to foul right now. Try and come up with the stop. You're only down 5, 2 possessions.
And the Lakers in no hurry, looking to play the clock. Ariza for 3. Well, Ariza saw the opportunity. Another strong performance by Trevor Ariza. 13 points, career high, 9 assists, 21 in game 1. Began the year as a defensive specialist. He is finishing up as a threat at the offensive end.
Well, look how much attention that Kobe Bryant, 3 Jazz players goes to him, and Trevor Ariza again knocking down the big 3.
让人眼花缭乱的篮坛争霸战。
Jazz did get it down to 3. It was 109-106 with 3 and change remaining. And Reggie, the Jazz have certainly had their opportunities, but it appears that time is running out.
Well, costly turnovers for the Jazz, but you're only down 8 with about 34 seconds left. You can get a quick 3 and foul, and we just seen the last few possessions for the Lakers. They have missed some free throws, but that's what you got to hope for. But if you're Jerry Sloan, I don't know if there's too much you can take from this other than working your way back from 20 to get it down to 3.
Brewer inbounds. Williams putting moves on Fisher, spinning. And it's deflected out. Last touch by Millsap. It'll be Laker ball with 27 seconds to play in the fourth. And it carried through the hands of Bryant, but deflected. Last touch by Brewer. So Odom will throw it in. And takes a timeout. Could not find anybody. Did not want to lose possession on a 5-second count.
Well, that's a smart move by Lamar Odom. You never want to give up a possession in order to...
We'll be back after this. Coverage for this evening's game being provided by Goodyear. Get there on the cushion of Goodyear Comfort Tread technology. Lakers down to 1 timeout, a full timeout. Utah looking to game 3 Thursday night at Salt Lake City to try to get back into this series. We'll be there for TNT game 4 back in Utah on Saturday night, game 5, if necessary, Monday night here in Los Angeles. Lakers able to move to the front court. They look to trap for Bryant throwing an elbow at Millsap, and he'll be teed up. Technical foul. Did not like the trap. So Korver will go to the line.
Understanding as soon as the ball comes in, they're going to foul whoever. And right now there's an aggressive double team with Ronnie Brewer and Paul Millsap. And just a little shot to the chest of Millsap, just to kind of, Kobe Bryant didn't feel that it was a little bit too aggressive in there.
Korver, who is an excellent free throw shooter, off the mark. But as you know, Reggie, it's sometimes a little different when you're at the line with nobody around you. You're all by yourself.
Technicals were always tough to shoot because you're used to having players on the lane. And when you're obviously out there shooting by yourself, it's a little bit different. I think maybe Kobe is somewhat trying to psych or motivate himself, because that really wasn't a tough trap. But I think Kobe's looking towards game 3, going into a hostile environment, which is Salt Lake City, a place where you just mentioned they haven't had great success there. They've won, but not great success. And maybe he's trying to focus ahead and get ready. It's going to be a tough challenge in game 3.
Well, the Lakers have lost 7 of the 10 in Salt Lake. Boozer, and he is fouled. Lakers up by 10. We're down to 14 seconds remaining. Foul called on Fisher, so 2 shots for Boozer. We look at the rest of the series schedule. Lakers about to make it 11 straight over Utah here in Los Angeles. That includes 3 second-round games last postseason when the Lakers beat the Jazz in 6. We'll have to see the condition of Ahmet Okur for game number 3. Obviously, he has been a major loss sitting out with that strained hamstring. So the Lakers back to the line as Korver is called on the foul.
Well, if you're looking ahead to game 3 and you look at the statistics tonight, the Jazz did not shoot the ball particularly well in game 1, only 33%. Tonight, they shoot 50%. They out-rebound the Lakers by 1. They have 25 assists to 33 assists for the Lakers. So what it basically comes down to is playing defense. The Lakers shoot 60% from the field, and they have 48 points in the paint to 34 for the Utah Jazz.
Kobe had hit his first 8 at the line. Trevor Ariza hears it from the crowd. Another outstanding game, 13 points, along with a career-high 9 assists. Here's what's coming up on TNT. Next, Inside the NBA, Ernie, Kenny, and Charles with a recap of tonight's playoff action. And on Wednesday, another playoff doubleheader, Miami at Atlanta, game 2, followed by New Orleans at Denver. Coverage starting at 8 o'clock Eastern time. Williams not able to hit that 3, and that will wrap it. Fisher just dribbles it out. The Lakers, in a solid performance, defeat the Jazz 119 to 109, and they take a 2-0 lead in this best of 7. The Lakers opened up by hitting 18 of 21 from the field in the first quarter. They led 41-29 after 1. At one stretch, they hit 11 consecutive shots. The Jazz kept coming back. They did get within 3, but the Lakers able to pull away in the final minute. The high point man for the Lakers, Kobe Bryant, 26 points, along with 9 assists, 6 rebounds, and he is with Craig.
Well, Kobe, that's 2 down now, but was this one a little more difficult than it should have been?
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, they're a great team, though, so they're going to keep coming. You know, like I said, they're not a true AC, so in the style of play they have, they're going to keep coming, keep, you know, staying in the game, and you know, we just got to try to shut the door.
As you were trying to put the game away, obviously they're going to foul you. You got the ball. A couple of players put their arms around you, maybe have thrown a little elbow to get a technical. Why were you so upset?
Well, I felt like he held me after the play, so I just wanted to get him off me.
You did?
Yeah.
35 points for your Olympic teammate, Darren Williams. Do you guys need to maybe make an adjustment against him, especially going back to Utah?
Oh, you know, we'll do what we can. You know, he's an incredible basketball player. So, you know, when he starts going like that in a rhythm, we just got to try to disrupt it as much as we can. And, you know, the key is you got to keep him off the free throw line and keep the other guys in check a little bit.
Congratulations. Thank you, Mark.
All right, thank you, Craig. A very impressive offensive performance by the Lakers. 7 players in double figures, led by Bryant with 26. Gasol, 9 of 11, 22 points. Ariza, 13 points, playoff high. 9 assists. Lamar Odom shoots 8 of 9 for 19. The high man for Utah, Darren Williams, with a playoff career high 35, including 6 from downtown. Thanks to our producer, Scooter Bertino, and director, Renato Lowe, statistician, Paul Evans. Once again, the final score, the Lakers 119, the Jazz 109, a 2-0 lead in this best of 7 for the Lakers. For Reggie Miller, Craig Sager, and the rest of the crew, I'm Marv Albert saying good night from Los Angeles. Coming up, it is Inside the NBA. Right here, we'll send it to Ernie, Charles, and Kenny back in our studios in Atlanta.